All right. Hey, girl. So I'm going to go through this. So I'm going to have moments of silence where I'm reading, but then I'm going to give my feedback. And this is honestly the easiest way I can do it. But bear with me and I will read through it and then give some feedback and hopefully it's helpful. Okay, let me read this. So question 1 is name and explain each step in the transtheorical model of behavior change, then define relapse and discuss the steps a health coach can take with a client who has had a relapse in behavior to get back on track towards their goals. Okay, stages of changes. There is a model that walks us through the stages of changes. It's called Transtheorical Model of Behavior Change. It's theory. Oh, this is cool. This should all help you a lot. You've learned about a lot in this. That's cool. Okay, so this is your answer, I'm guessing, right here. So learning a new healthy habit is actually hard work and goes against everything in our body is familiar with. Creating a new habit for the first few weeks is uncomfortable until our body recognizes it as safe and doesn't feel in danger. I am sharing this with you so you can recognize and know up front when you are faced with this uncomfortable feeling. You can embrace it and push through it. Let's talk about the different stages of change. No matter which stage you are in, it's normal. These changes are just like the grief cycle, with acceptance being the end goal and phase 5 being our ultimate destination. The stages of change. Okay, wait, so I'm guessing that's your answer. Right here. What I just read. Okay, so... Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm just rereading the question. All right, then you're explaining the 5 stages. Okay. Which I'm guessing the 5 stages are as is, like you would just be copying and pasting essentially what the 5 stages are. They're not really your words. Okay, and then this is what you're saying. As you go through each phase, there's a chance you could experience a relapse if this happens. They haven't failed. Yes, it is. Yes, it's something. You can take out the, sometimes we make mistakes. See, yes, it's something most people want to do, but it always makes you stronger. There is power in recognizing what you did and what you can do differently to improve the behavior you want to do. I encourage you to group and share with me and other people your small successes. Okay. Okay, so that's really good. So I would suggest so obviously an accountability like support group is awesome for people to engage in, but the thing is that most people won't engage out of nowhere on their own. They have to be provoked and asked questions or have some sort of chart to fill out. So that's why I have that weekly questionnaire it's like a gratitude checklist. It has like 5 questions on it to reflect over the week. It was in your getting started email, but it's like a teal module with purple writing, but I can resend it to you. But what I do is I will give that to them and say, here, fill this out every Thursday or every Sunday. Usually Sunday's a good day because it's kind of like the end of the week. But fill this out and it's a good reflection and specific questions relating to this. Like, what are you proud of this week? What do you think you could have worked on this week? Et cetera, et cetera. I think it's 5 questions. So pushing somebody in that direction with giving them like a chart or a sheet to fill out on a deadline date each week on the same day and time is going to help them actually do something like that instead of on their own in a support group, kind of talking to nobody. That I like doing that because then people will actually do it and they're being asked specific questions on a weekly basis, the same questions in relation to this. And another thing you could mention if you wanted to was a lot of people get really hyper focused on the end goal, and really going through the process is what's going to change somebody. The process is full of highs and lows and gray moments and unknown territories and things. And those are the things that change you. Those are the things that grow you. Those are the things that you learn from. And nothing is linear. Every successful journey is going to have the failures, the low moments, the low self-esteem times and low energy moments and stuff like that. It's all full of all of those things. And that's what makes progress and more success towards the end goal. So that's something that I really took away from one of the mentorships that I did before. Was really thinking about the process and journey in that type of way, with people being really hyper focused on the end goal, and then they lose sight of the process and get really derailed. And so just remind them that the process is what changes you, and it's non-linear and full of everything high and low and in between, good and bad, unknown territories, etc., etc. Yeah, so basically you're just telling them, expect to have those things happen, because everybody who has experienced success and major progress towards their goals is going to endure this, and it's going to happen during the process, and that's what the process is. And the process is what changes you. Okay, I'll move on. Explain the HPA axis and the hormonal responses to stress. Include the applicable hormones and associated glands. Okay, the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and adrenal gland. Okay. Ooh, that's so cool. You're learning about adrenal levels and cortisol levels. So important, which I think I've mentioned this to you, but obviously you're like totally learning about it. Our hormones play a huge role in everything, literally everything. Okay, that's good. Just stating what that is. Consider the following health coaching client. Okay, so this is like an example of a client. 63, 250 pounds, 6'2", previous left knee surgery recovered. Prepare for a job interview for a new role at work in 4 weeks. Run a 5K within 12 months. Okay. What client assessment would you use upon meeting Greg? Include details on the client. There are 5 different assessments.
Domino's new oven-baked dips are so new that we made a new commercial about their newness. Try new flavors like our cheesy marinara, baked apple, or hot melty pie cheese with our not new but still delicious twists. Carry out Domino's new oven-baked dips.
Personality test. Okay. I don't know how they're grading on like grammar and stuff, but I mean the I could be capitalized right there, like towards the middle of this. I don't know like exactly what they're grading upon, but okay. Okay. Nutrition. Okay. Physical goal. Yeah, definitely running for a 5K, you have to condition your body to run that. And that takes months and months and months of prepping. Otherwise, they can have like some major problems. Obviously, yeah, nutrition is important to run a 5K, but honestly, more physical is more important in my opinion, because running is extremely hard on the body. I don't recommend it for anybody unless it's just like an obsession, passion of theirs, but it honestly screws everyone's knees and back up and body. And running is great. But I feel like a lot of people get like obsessed with it and that's all they do. And then they're just trying to burn calories and not build muscle. And they're always like stuck in this spot with their weight. But, yeah, I would mention like conditioning his body for the 5K physically. Obviously, yes, he's going to need major carb consumption and protein for running with endurance. You have to have carbs. I don't know if they want you to give like a macro split or something. Yeah, just mention conditioning, running a 5K, maybe doing X amount of warming up each week, working his way up further and further with the distance, which is conditioning his body in a slow and steady pace over time. It's cardio related. Where his cardio?
It's epic here. It's epic out here too. Introducing the Epson Epic Vision Mini Projector. So epic, so mini. The top-rated Epson Epic Vision Mini is the new immersive way to enjoy your favorite content, like streaming movies, TV shows, sports, workout classes, and even gaming wherever you like. The picture is so big, up to 150 inches. That's 4 times bigger than a 75-inch flat. Go online or call to get over 2.
Okay, I'm just trying to read over this, see if I missed anything. Stated goals: prepare for a job interview for a new role at work in 4 weeks. I guess I don't know. I guess I don't understand what they're asking for. Like, prepare for a job interview for a new role. I don't know what they're asking for you to say. like the protocol, you know what I mean? I'm not understanding how that's related to all of this. Okay, let's start here, and then maybe you can answer that question, and then we'll go from there, and I'll answer, and then I'll do the rest of the questions. I hope that's helpful so far. I'm just trying to understand, but give me as much feedback as you can, and we'll go from there, okay?